I'll hold you to that.
Rustin Kohl, the first role of the first season of the True Detective series, who may not be liked by everyone in the film, but they respect him. Rust fascinates its audience and the people it deals with in a special way. He remains calm and cool in any situation, and his words and actions are encouraging, inspiring, and reliable, which makes him an attractive person. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at why Rust is so charismatic and what makes him such a fascinating character. While some of his features, such as appearance, his high accuracy, and his high intelligence may be obvious, but we won't explain them, and instead we'll focus on three main features that make him particularly interesting and different from the rest. Of course, keep in mind that what is attractive and interesting to someone may not be so to someone else, so the use of these features should be carefully measured based on your personality and the situation you are in. With this introduction, without wasting time, let us analyze the character of Rustin Kohl. But before getting started, this is Scene Psycho channel. If you enjoy watching these videos, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more. Thank you.
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
The first feature of Rust is related to its withdrawal and separation from the rest of the people. By distracting himself from people, he creates a sense of suspense both for the audience and for the people he interacts with. This discontinuity is evident in his desire not to make eye contact and his desire to remain silent. Although it is not certainly clear whether Rust's isolation is intentional or not, we do know that the death of his daughter, which caused him to separate from his wife, has caused him to become more emotionally distant from the others. But anyway, his distance from people has made him this valuable and attractive. His few connections with the rest of the people make his interactions few and therefore valuable. Of course, know that the secret to the success of this psychological trick is rooted in Rust's ability to maintain an enigmatic personality, and this attracts Martin's curiosity. Without this trait, people may ignore you because of your avoidant behavior. When Rust talks to others, he often avoids making eye contact and instead looks away. And when he makes eye contact, he does do after a deliberate pause, which is a sign of his superiority and confidence. In everyday life, communicating with the audience and being available to establish a mutual and common relationship is essential. At the same time, being too dependent and available can reduce your credibility, and this can be a sign of weakness. If you can find a good balance between availability and inaccessibility, you can gain more respect from others. Another good thing about Rust's discreetness is that instead of asking people questions, most people ask him. While asking questions to learn more about a topic is perfectly wise, but asking too many questions of others can inadvertently make the questioner appear weak and shift the power dynamic in that situation. Rust avoids this trap, and even when he's being interrogated, like when he's smoking, he doesn't ask questions that compromise his charisma.
Oh, you assholes. You wanna hear this or not?
Finally, Rust's emotional isolation allows him to have a clear view of his surroundings, and by avoiding the use of emotions, he remains neutral, and this helps him find logical solutions to problems. This feature makes him a problem solver for people who know him, and he always has guidance and advice for them. In fact, Rustin Kohl's isolation gives depth and complexity to his character and creates a mysterious and attractive character that draws both the audience and the other characters of the series into his own world. The second factor that makes Rustin Kohl's character attractive is his ability to set clear boundaries and stick to his own set of rules, which makes others respect him for this trait. While some of his rules, such as not accepting Martin's invitation or not drinking in social situations, may seem arbitrary, but these rules give him a sense of control and make everyone recognize him as a reliable and trustworthy person. Apart from this, Rust is not limited to social rules, and in fact, he replaces social customs with his own special rules, using a large notebook instead of a small notebook, or using a particular form of meditation are examples of his special personality traits. By adhering to strict standards and beliefs, Rust becomes more predictable in the eyes of others, which strengthens the sense of trust and stability. Throughout the series, we see that when the demands of others do not align with Rust's frame of mind, he rejects them, which makes those around him even more attracted and more curious about him. But still, this lack of flexibility can be annoying for others.
Just do it one more time. It's none of my fucking business. Yeah. Fuck.
Rost's rules are not random or arbitrary. Instead, he uses his experiences and studios and turns them into a set of rules and expectations from the world, which explains why Martin said that Rost cannot separate ideas from reality. His ability to detach himself emotionally in the face of ruthless criminals makes him an excellent detective. Instead, in many scenes, we see that Martin allows his emotions to influence his decisions.
You didn't have to tell him it was his fault.
You funny, Marty. Shit you get soft about.
Rost's apparent disregard for the feeling of others doesn't stem from a lack of empathy, but from a belief that everyone, even himself, is responsible for his own choices. Rost considers respect, friendship, and sympathy as contractual concepts that depend on the ability of individuals to fulfill their responsibilities. Rost's commitment to what he believes to be right earns him admiration from others, especially the audience. So far, our review of Rustin Kohl's character has entered around conservative and strict traits that may be off-putting to others at first glance. However, he has another feature that adds to his charm and mystery. Before we go to the last part of the video, we ask you to support our channel by clicking on the subscribe button. We also ask you to write us in the comment section which of Rost's character traits you found interesting and which characters you'd like us to analyze in the future. Thank you for your support, and this is Scene Psycho channel. Now let's talk about the last feature of Rustin Kohl's character, that is, his extraordinary ability to recognize what the other person wants. While many of us may have troubles understanding other people's wishes and desires, Rust can easily read people's minds. This skill is especially important because for many people, it takes a long time to understand the rest properly. In social interactions, we try to impress the other party and focus on this issue first. In this way, we engage in informal chats, which can distract us from the unclear clues given by the other person. As a result, these interactions are likely to become more tedious and unpleasant. However, Ross uses a different method. He doesn't submit to social rules and maintains an emotional distance with that person, and by doing so, leaves no choice for the person but to speak more clearly and directly about his desires and needs. He enthusiastically pays attention to the information and dynamics in the environment and moves the conversation towards the important topic. This is an important factor in his success in his interrogations. By aligning himself with the clues that are presented in that situation, he gains deep insights about the situation he is in, and this makes him effective in obtaining important information. Thank you for watching this video, and we hope you found it entertaining and useful. If you have any ideas about topics you'd like us to cover in the future videos, we'd love to read them in the comment section. Till the next time, bye!